இது நீங்க அப்புறமா பூஜை பண்ணிட்டு கட் பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
சரி, மம்மி உங்க மியூட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க உங்க இதை.
பூஜை பண்றது கட் பண்ணி.
Please mute. Now we are all set. We can start. Sorry for the delay. Now I will share my PowerPoint first, and then we should be okay. अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः, अस्मत्परमगुरुभ्यो नमः, अस्मत्सर्वगुरुभ्यो नमः, श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः, श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंह परब्रह्मणे नमः, श्री लक्ष्मी हायवदन परब्रह्मणे नमः, सर्वं श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु. We'll start it. I hope you can see my slides.
Yes, we can see.
Very good. Thank you. So this will be summary of, we'll be actually explaining Kena-Upanishad. To get to Kena-Upanishad, we are summarizing Sampatanga's Īśāvāsya Upanishad book. Okay. See, I have always thought that I should just have a very simple overview of Sampatanga's book, and then just take up Kena-Upanishad immediately. So Sampatanga's view of the Upanishad, we'll just 3 or 4 lectures or something like that, and then finish it, right? I later realized that his method is very unique because he is bringing some information from Yoga Sutras, Gita, and Bhagavad Gita, and it's unique, right? The more and more I think about it, an interconnected method of understanding Upanishads. That means when you're understanding Kena, you're getting information from Isha and using the right information at the right time to understand Kena. Similarly, to understand Katha, you have to do the similar complex understanding. That is very unique. Actually, I was thinking about looking at textbooks, looking at older textbooks and all those things. Somehow, I have not come across this kind of approach at all, and now I'm realizing it. And maybe in the olden, a long time back, even hundreds of years back, I'm sure Uttamur Swami, Parkala Swami, and Goshtipuram Swami, and several of them were studying like this, were teaching like this. So I'm sure it's like we missed out the time, right? I grew up very late in life, and all these great acharyas who have done this before are no more. Incidentally, Goshtipuram Swaminarayan Swami was the teacher of Sampatanga as well as S.M. Srinivasacharya. So both had extremely high respect to this Acharya, Goshtipuram Swaminarayan Swami. So unfortunately, when you start looking today and start trying to learn from great teachers, such level acharyas are no more. They don't make them anymore, right? In fact, 4 years ago, Sri Alvar and his father, Lakshmīdāsacharya, came to my home, visited me. I fell at their feet, offered my respects, and Lakshmīdāsacharya asked me, how are you, what have you done, kind of a thing. And he came to know about 2 of my teachers, Sri KSV and Sri Sampatanga. His eyes lit up with recognition. He knew both of them very well. And he said, Oh, you learned under two great giants? He didn't expect this because, first of all, I spent 40 years in America and things like that. But at the time, I didn't think too much of it. I said, oh, okay, he knew somebody. What is the big deal? But when I start going through, even today, if you open up some KSV lectures, yesterday I opened up some KSV lectures sent by Ram in one of this Bhagavad Gita and Upanishad channels. It's mind-boggling the way these acharyas talk. And my grandfather was like that, but I ignored him because, in Kannada, they say, Hittal Gida Maddalla. That means if you get a medicine in your backyard, tree or bush, that is not good enough. You will rather let these bushes die without watering them. But you will go to the store and buy an expensive some medicine advertised on TV or something like that. So I ignored even my grandfather too much. And to be honest with you, I'm an ignorant person, I'm a very lazy person, and hence I missed out decades of my life pursuing things which are not at all important in my life. When I look back, I have wasted my life. So now why am I telling you all these things? Only in the last 3 years, I'm understanding the greatness of my grandfather's views. That's one thing. And I feel compelled to give out this in this form of these lectures. The reason is, if I don't do it, that treasure will be buried and nobody will ever know about it. And it will be closed to all spiritual seekers who are sincere. And we don't know who is sincere. Someday, hundreds of years from now, there may be a sincere person. We are not going to stop this progeny and next generation, right? The world is not going to end. Even if we go away, the world is not going to end. So there will be a lot of people left. And we have to keep them in mind. And initially, I thought I will finish Sampatanga's view in 3-4 lectures. But remember, for Shankara Bhashya, we studied 35 lectures to finish Shankara Bhashya, maybe 34, something like that. So I would encourage you to have your patience and slowly assimilate the ideology given by Sampathanga. And this would not be a waste because I don't know about all of you. In general, our class, we have not dealt with Īśāvāsya Upaniṣad yet. So in the rules of studying Kena Upanishad, now we will be studying Īśāvāsya Upaniṣad more seriously and in detail, only with keeping Sampathanga's view in mind. Next time we get to Īśāvāsya Upaniṣad and take up Ramanuja Bhashya, we may simplify it and go faster because Ramanuja Bhashya is more textual and more, of course, he has covered a lot and that's a great work in its own. But we can cover Īśāvāsya Upaniṣad faster when we get there. Hope this is clear and it's not boring to go through this slow process. Unfortunately, I have a duty to do this and I cannot even say, no, I won't do it.
Not at all. It is not a problem for us. It is a pleasure,
Great.
really.
Great. Thank you. Now we'll go directly to the words.
We really feel very, very sorry. What you said like this, I also felt about my elders. But we didn't get the opportunity to talk to them, meet them, what they are, how they are.
Yeah. See, we take them lightly, but unfortunately, they come and go. There are only so many times. There are very less number of opportunities you get to meet them. And you won't
we
study
only think that
them
they are relatives and they are elders, that's all. But we don't have any knowledge about them. That's really feel very sorry for our ignorance.
Yeah. So now we directly get into Sampathanga's view. What I'm doing is, I am summarizing the entire book of Īśāvāsya Upaniṣad. If you want to take the lead and study it yourself in English, you're welcome to do it anytime. Īśāvāsyamidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagate tena Tyaktēna Bhuñjīthāḥ magrudaḥ kasyasvid dhanam. This is the first verse. And he is slowly taking the words and explaining the words. So the thing is, terms Jagatyam means in the world. Jagat means substances, there are two words. Right? Jagatyam Jagat. Look at this. Jagatyam Jagat. Why two words? Īśāvāsyam idam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam, or just something like that. We should just leave one word there. Universe. Why two words here? So Jagat means, he says, substances that undergo modification. This Jagat indicates constant changes, right? Yatkincha means whatever. Idam sarvam means all this. Isha, by the Lord. Vasyam means pervaded and enveloped. Combine what this means, whatever substances that undergo modification and exist in this universe, all of them without any exception are pervaded and enveloped by the Lord. That's one way of looking at it. Another way of looking at it, they are fit to be pervaded and enveloped by the Lord because of the way the word Isha is understood. I'll come to that a little bit later. Tena, what does Tena means? By the universe thus understood, Tena, Tyaktēna Bhuñjīthāḥ, right? Tena means the understanding is contrasted with the past state. How do we understand universe usually? We get up, we are children, or we start growing up. We always have an erroneous understanding of the universe. What is the erroneous understanding? The feeling that, oh, this belongs to that. Even when we are little children, this is a toy, it belongs to me. I'm not going to give my toy to anybody. So the thing is that childishness will never go to some people, even when they are 90 years old. They want more and more money and more property, this, before they die. They constantly, I have seen such people. I hope I don't become such a person. So the ownership, that this belongs to me, that belongs to me, oh, I will get this. This attitude we should give up. The new understanding is recognize the universe as ephemeral. It will go away as you're seeing it. It will just yesterday you see it, today you don't. So it is not permanent. It is mutable. You think something works today, tomorrow it doesn't work. And it doesn't help you. It will not contribute for your sustained permanent happiness. This is an interesting understanding. Thing is, oh my God, I got a new car. And that's not a permanent happiness. It may be a new bungalow. It may be something phenomenal. Oh, I just made $1 billion. Wow. Nobody in my family need to worry. Even that is not sustained happiness. As I told somebody that God has 500 buttons to press. He has probably 5 billion. So you know what I mean. Things can change in our lives. Things can constantly change in our lives. Don't think that all these things are going to give you any happiness. That's the idea. Okay? Now, Tyaktēna Bhuñjīthāḥ. 1 second, somebody's trying to call. Oops, messed up everything. One second, please. Tyaktēna Bhuñjīthāḥ means give up the previous feeling. Give up the previous feeling of ownership and expectation of permanent happiness. Bhuñjīthāḥ means enjoy
Swami,
it.
you're not sharing your screen.
1 second. I am sharing the screen. Now?
Yeah, now I can see.
Okay. So Tyaktēna means give up the previous feeling of ownership and expectation of permanent happiness. Bhuñjīthāḥ means enjoy it. This enjoyment is specified as the absolute minimum comfort necessary for maintaining the body and mind and keep it healthy, right? So what does it really mean? It means it is not accumulating wealth which are beyond what you need. Because the world and the whole earth is finite. And there are 8 billion people living there, right? And if you say, I want this, I want this, I want this, people, then it will become kalaha or problems. And there are 1,000 reasons why you shouldn't do it. So try to get whatever minimum materials you need for support of your mind and body. This enjoyment is also towards the developing of the feeling, constantly feel Lord's pervasiveness and world's ephemeral nature. Constantly know that there's something permanent, that is Īśvara. And he's everywhere. Magvridah kasyas vidhanam. Do not aspire for the wealth of anyone else. That is the idea. Now, this is the first mantram of the Upanishad. There are a lot of hidden meanings here. What are the hidden meanings? Just a second, please. Wonder if something is wrong here. 1 second. Okay, what are the hidden meanings? Let's look at it. The main portion of this Upanishad itself is the first sentence, that is Īśāvāsyam. And Īśāvāsyam is the guiding thought throughout the Upanishads. So this is the first thought given by the teacher to the disciple, that the whole universe is full of the Lord, and it is also enveloped by him. Vasa means being there inside. Vasa achadane, it also envelops, covers it up. The qualification of the student who is competing to receive this teaching is in the next sentence. What is that? Idam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. Interesting. How does idam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat means all this universe, everything in this universe, or something like that? How can that be the qualification of the student? Keep this question in your mind. We'll come to it shortly. Third sentence is Tena Tyaktēna Bhuñjīthāḥ, indicates what the student should aspire to do. How should the student work in this universe? The last and the fourth part tells the student how to do it. There are 4 parts in the very first verse. What is it? The first is the guiding thought that should accompany the student throughout the study of the Upanishad, and also throughout in his life. For every moment, he should remember this. During every moment, he should understand this. The second sentence indicates the knowledge that is necessary for the student to become competent to receive it. So there is some knowledge which is needed. The third prescribes what he should do to realize what is taught to him. So there is some work to realize. So it is not direct, in the sense that, oh, I know this Īśāvāsya Upaniṣad, so I know it. It's not like that. There is a realization required. The fourth is how to do it. So everything is contained, all these 4 steps are contained in this particular verse. The qualification is in the second sentence, idam sarvam jagatyam jagat. Either the student already knows it or should know it. It should not be mere knowing, but a conviction that should become a power driving him to satisfy the wants in his thoughts. What does it mean? So knowing idam sarvam jagatyam jagat should be a very powerful thought in the student, and the person should never forget it. And in every action, thought, and speech, the person should display that he is following it. Why is it? We'll get to know. The thought is ever greedy, but it's human thought, right? Always wants to know more, 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 more. It will never stop. Our mind also moves around and thinks, oh, what is this? What is that? We are always curious, but that's very healthy too. But the thought never comes in contact with the absolute. What is absolute? That which is self-sufficient, that is Īśvara. The ultimate, that is absolute. And that ultimate is free from all limitations or flaws, no blemishes. And that should be brimming with goodness and bliss. It should be pure bliss, Anandamaya. And our thoughts never come and actually understand that Brahman, who's otherwise we would be full of Ananda. We would be satisfied. We are never satisfied. And constantly our thought looks for happiness. Oh, where is here? I'm still bored of this. I'm bored of that. Oh my God, what is this? So thoughts keep on trying to understand new things, but we are never satisfied. And that is a discomfiture. Discomfiture of mind means a drawback. And the drawback never goes away, right? For a really intelligent person, oh, the Śoka is there. Shuk is Śoka. In Samvarga Vidya of Chāndogya-Upaniṣad, it is known as Shuk. That is explained there. And this was the first story told by my guru, Sampath when I first learned under him when I was 19 years old. He taught me about the story of King Januśruti. I'm going to quickly tell you this because we have to remember ourselves. What does this Śoka mean? What is the sadness mean? So do we really have such sadness to understand? That means that we have not understood Brahman, the absolute. Do we really have that sadness? Sriranga Mahaguru, in one of his texts of Amarvani, which is public, there are like 26 books called the Amarvani, which is pretty much public, I think. And in that, he says that we have hunger of wants, hunger for food, hunger for enjoyment, hunger for comfort, hunger for entertainment. We don't have hunger for understanding the Lord. Why? And we don't go get a medicine. Oh, if you don't feel hungry, you immediately go to the doctor and say, I'm not hungry, I have not eaten for 4 days, but I'm not hungry, kind of thing. But when you are not, we don't even feel the hunger for God, and so we don't really care. I'm not talking about unfortunate people like me. I'm not talking about everybody. And when I say that, most of it refers to me only. Now, the King Januśruti, I'll give you the idea. In Chāndogya-Upaniṣad, Januśruti is a proud guy, immense generosity, greatness, reputation, knowledge, and things like that. And he hears two celestial swans flying over and talking. Januśruti's fame is great, but it's nothing compared to with the wisdom of Raikva, the man with the cart. Śātāṅga means near a cart or something, or he won't say a cart. Humbled by this and intrigued, King Januśruti searched for Raikva, and he finally found him poor, sitting under a cart and scratching his sores because he was sick and he had skin problems or whatever. Probably he never took a bath. And King arrogantly offered him, here are some gold coins. You've never seen gold coins, you poor man. Take cows and take this chariot or whatever. Raikva rejected him and said, he said, Shudra. That means he's enjoying. I'm liking his your Śoka because Shucharamate. But your wealth will not buy me knowledge. Realizing his mistake, Januśruti, who was a true seeker, he went back and said, here is my entire kingdom and even my daughter who should marry you. Looking at the sincerity, Raikva accepted him as a student and told him Samvarga Vidya. Apparently, I just got it from internet because I could not study the Samvarga Vidya in the Chāndogya-Upaniṣad at all. Sorry. But what summary of the Samvarga Vidya is? Look, it seems when everything dies, that means we have a huge pralaya or complete destruction of everything in the universe. It seems the air or vayu absorbs all elements like fire, sun, water, and everything gets absorbed into vayu. And then they look at an individual level, the life breath or the prana absorbs all the senses. In a person during sleep, right? There are another states like sleep. Sleep, in the deep sleep, the prana absorbs the senses, so we cannot feel, we cannot touch and feel during deep sleep. During deep sleep, our tongue is there. Even if somebody, pushes onto our tongue some sweet or something, we will not feel it. So all the senses get absorbed in our prana when we go to deep sleep. Even during death, everything is absorbed in the prana. Even when somebody in a coma or under the anesthesia or something, they get absorbed in the prana. But there is one ultimate reality called Brahman, which is the final absorber, which takes everybody inside. That is Brahman. So Samvarga Vidya explains about it, it seems. We don't have to go into details. We'll come there someday if our superiors and Alvars, Acharyas and Perumal, everybody will bless us that we can study everything carefully. In essence, the story teaches that spiritual wisdom cannot be bought, but it should be sought with sincere humility. Ultimate knowledge is recognizing the one principle that underlies and absorbs all existence, and we need to know. So if we don't have the sincerity, we will never understand the Upanishads. Upanishad is not like understanding a textbook or going through a movie and so I watched the whole movie and kind of thing. It's not like that. It's something which will affect every core of your existence, personality, and your thought process. Now we think back and say, look, when somebody says, oh, here is the most wonderful book, it costs you 500 rupees. Would you buy it? It's the best book. Well, I have too many books in my shelf. I don't really want to buy this. I have said I bought other books and it was not so interesting to me. So why pay 500 rupees now? Then somebody says, look, this is free. You want to take it? Oh, why not? I'll just. Now you found place in your shelf to put this free book? Because we are not willing to give up something to get. Of course, you need to be convinced that this book is the most ultimate book you should ever get, right? I'm not saying every book you should buy. So, similar things we have seen. Narada approached Sanat Kumara, and Arjuna exposed himself that he suffered from Śoka, and the whole Gita was meant to remove his Śoka and Moha. So multiple anecdotes in the Mahabharata, Bhagavata and all tell you that without this Śoka, these great teachers never taught their students. And the Śoka is an essential qualification of a student even to go further in the Gita, in the Upanishad, Īśāvāsya Upaniṣad. So the Śoka Arjuna had, the Śoka Narada had, Śoka Januśruti had. We have to remember, do we have that Śoka before we go study Īśāvāsya Upaniṣad? Now, that is why in the Upanishad, what they say, even our own acharyas like Ragapriya Swami, and I'm sure Ragapriya Swami's guru, Sriranga Mahaguru, clearly said, now aprishtaha kasyachit bruyat. If somebody did not ask you, never tell them. But that's not what we're doing, right? We want lots of people to come and we have a Zoom call and all these things and WhatsApp, and we do that. But you know one thing, unfortunately, reaching out to anybody, even interested people, I'm not saying there are no interested people today. So interested people are there, but reaching to them is not possible without technology nowadays. The gone are those days where people were going to a particular place, sitting down, and then learning about all those things. You might say, why not? There are great speakers even today. Unfortunately, people like Krishna only get with 3 people will sit in front of him, or 2 will say, I will listen to lectures somewhere or something. Look at the famous speakers, orators, who attract thousands of people in small rooms. In small rooms, 1,000 people will come and sit down. But you know very well that Upanishad is something different. It's more secretive. Or even though there's nothing wrong in great people talking and thousands of people flocking around them, because if they get motivated by that, why not? I'm not putting down anyone here. Sorry, that was not my intent at all. What I meant is what is meant for the common public is generally general information. It may not be Upanishads. You may argue, say, oh, why can't I teach Upanishad and millions of people come down there? Not everybody may have the Śoka of that level, right? So do we have the qualifications for Īśāvāsya Upanishad? Even today, okay? We have anger, ahankara, and so many things here and there. Do we know Īśāvāsyam idam sarvam? In every aspect, Īśvara is inside. Do we realize that? So what it is don't take the qualification for Īśāvāsya Upanishad lightly. At least I don't have the qualification to study Īśāvāsya Upanishad. Without the sincere seeking, a student will never understand the depth of Īśāvāsya Upanishad. So now comes the next topic, which is unity of thought and work. So don't take thought and work as separate. And let's understand what thought is and what work is. The day you wake up in life, right? You cry and somebody will give you food. Then you do some work and then do... So thought, work, and our actions and they go together. So work completes thought. You first desire, okay, I need to get this. You start getting to find out what it is. You say, oh, without education, I will fail. I will not get food or water, shelter. Okay, let me study. The action and thoughts are connected. Thought matures, the quality and status of the work elevate. So initially it will be, so how does thought go? Knowing, conviction, knowing something, and then have conviction that this is the only way to go. And this is the right thing. Then you focus, you meditate, you become aware, and you get intellectual sight and absolute devotion. These are mature stages of thought. Ordinary thought is, okay, I'll get some money, or I now have the money, what will I do? Oh, I'm getting older. What will I do because my life is limited? Then what happens is, oh, what should I know before I leave this body? Then you say, okay, this is the only thing I need to know. So you do, instead of going after 500 things, you will only go after certain things. You focus on it. You meditate. You become aware. You will become aware. If you are lucky, you will get all these things and absolute devotion to the highest Lord. Because don't ever forget, you are not alone. Īśāvāsyam idam sarvam. Īśvara is everywhere. So how do you implement thought? The stages of thought simplified there. The thought has to be implemented. Thought can go outside or inside, right? What is thought going outside? That is natural. I can see the things around me and whatever I want to do. But what about inside? Your mind, your intellect, yourself. You need to know who you are. Why did you come here? What is the nature of your consciousness? That is intuition. And that intuition goes higher, and finally it becomes an advanced state, eternal contemplation that is full of awareness and applied through work. So thing is, you are working, but your awareness is becoming different, and it becomes an eternal contemplation. What is that? Let's see. The personality evolves from inconscient germination. Because when we are born, all we know is, oh, I need milk, I need this, oh, I need comfort, I need security, kind of thing. The consciousness evolves. Then it becomes, super conscient and super conscient, and you get cosmic consciousness. What does cosmic consciousness come? True consciousness arises through intuition. That means going inside, seeing yourself. You get true cosmic consciousness. What does that mean? This is first thing you need to understand is Adhyatma Yoga. External world is not happiness. It will never give you happiness. ये हि संस्पर्शजा भोगाः दुःखयोनय एव ते आद्यन्तवन्तः कौन्तेय नतेषु रमते बुधः. External happiness obtained by sense and sense objects will not give you permanent happiness. So you have to go in. So when you develop the process of intuition, that is yoga, it dissolves the false identification of personality with body mind. You don't think you are the body. You don't think that you are the mind. Something they are external. When only the body mind consciousness goes away, oh, you are, I am something, I am pure awareness, I am Shuddha Atma. This is only the first experience of Atma Avalokana. You just know yourself as different from all this. That's just the beginning. And if it goes further, that is Adhyatma Yoga. So in the cosmic principle, self appears as a cosmic force. Means what it is, oh my God, this Jivatma is not something limited to this body. The Atma was there in the previous bodies. It could get into what do you call it, any body. It is a very powerful thing. And it was always there. So, but since I'm in the body, I have Kartritva. But Kartritva is tied to the body. Ahankara vimod atma karta hamati minyate. Only when you have this association with the body, you think that you are the doer. But if you are not associated with this body, any body-related Kartritva will go away. You may have still Kartritva. That Kartritva is different. But here, body-related Kartritva is only, will go away. And so Kartritva mainly is to the attachments of the body, that it belongs to the body and the connection with the body. It's still a property of the self. But the Kartatva is due to the association with matter. Once you go have a Atma Sakshatkara or something inside, if you go inside and slowly, even you Atma Avalokana, when you get to that state, the great rishis found Vedas because they found Pranava first. And the Pranava became the Vyahartis, the Sapta Vyahartis. And each of these Vyahartis told each of these great rishis different truths. There was so many aspects of the truth. That one truth, Brahman, permeated in this universe and become all and becoming that Omkara, the Pranava, and the details of the Pranava, which are the whole of the Vedas, which is Vedas are unlimited. The supernatural dimension of sound was aware. These are rishis, te dhyana yoganugata apashyan. They were in meditation, and in that they saw Brahman. So the thing is, that person through this sound and through Vedas and all, really not hearing just Vedic words, the self is impersonal. Impersonal means it is not related to just body. I am not just this related to this, my family or something like that. So such realization from this great rishis, who went to that Turiya Avastha, knowing all the Veda, directly seeing the way, with Jnane, directly they saw. And that was compiled by sage Vyasa, who is Krishna Dvaipayana, and they are the Vedas now written in the written form. All we see in the Vedas is written form. Oh, we say this is Īśāvāsya Upaniṣad, Īśāvāsyam Idam Sarvam, and all those things. But what is Veda in the original form? Direct knowledge, realization itself. So in the Veda, the first section of the Vedas is Karma-Kāṇḍa, focused on religion, action, and ritual. Why is that so important? From the standpoint of the intuition they had the realization of the self and Paramatma and everything. With that standpoint, the religious duties were prescribed. They were planned, organized, and they were given three simple names. What are they? Nitya, Naimittika, Kamya. To reflect distinct utility. That means Nitya has some value, Naimittika karmas have value, Kamya has some value. So what are these duties? Purpose of the work. The true student of Karma-Kāṇḍa understands the work sustains cosmic harmony and rhythm. Devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantu vaha parasparam bhavayantaha shreyah paramavapsyata. Look at shreyah sukamavapsyata it could be. So the thing is, offering to devatas, pitras, rishis, important. There are divine, because if you don't offer thanks for all the information they are giving, it doesn't work. You thank your parents for giving you opportunity, food, water, shelter. You thank your society because they are maintaining the roads around. They are helping you out. You thank the government. Similarly, you have to thank the unknown, unseen devatas, pitras, the dead ancestors who long time back helped you. Their ancestors helped you. You owe to every one of them. If you don't, if you are a papi, sinful person who does not recognize your gratitude to so many things around you, you don't have the fundamental idea of what is dharma or spirituality, and you'll never go anywhere. Tetvagam bhunjate papaha epachanti atmakaranat. If you cook for yourself, or only you as the benefactor, you're cooking your own sins and papa, and you're eating your own papa. This is a serious issue. So the universe evolves itself into divine laws. There are laws you have to follow. Otherwise, you're ungrateful to anything, everything around you. So self, when we get into this body, we cannot change these laws. The laws were given to you, and you have to only maintain them. So spiritual awakening is when you are uncomfortable and unhappy with what you have and whatever you get around, and you have to find something deeper. You have to find out why this creation, what is preservation, who preserves this? So I seem to sleep, but without my knowledge, everything is working. Without my knowledge, my body is working, my mind is, everything's fine. The world is working. So there is preservation, there is creation, there is destruction. And what is my role in this universe? So the understanding the ephemeral nature of this universe becomes a prerequisite. Otherwise, a student cannot even go to the entry into Īśāvāsya Upaniṣad or any Upanishad for that matter. And the spiritual longing should be very sincere. So the meaning of this teaching is for an advanced student, that is Īśāvāsyam given to an efficient student. See, the student has to understand, we already talked about it long time back, that is, the student has passed out the Karma-Kāṇḍa and he has Atma Sakshatkara to some level. Very interesting question came up. I think we talked about this earlier a little bit, but I'm just going to mention it. Some people said, why do I need Atma Sakshatkara to become a student of Īśāvāsya Upaniṣad? That is ridiculous. Krishna is so merciful that if I go throw one flower even near a temple, he said, oh, actually he threw the flower near to the temple itself, that is only to me, I will protect him. So bhakti is important, not this hard kind, Atma Sakshatkara and all those things. Why would anybody do this hard stuff when they can get simply because you are not responsible for getting all these things? You just landed up in this world. Krishna will help you. He is a power behind everything. So trust Krishna, and you don't need anything. Simple life. Go to a temple, throw some flowers of water. Patram pushpam phalam toyam. That is given in the very Upanishad, the essence of Upanishad, that is Bhagavad Gita, directly by Lord Krishna. So why do I need all these things? The reason we need to somebody asked this question, and then the person challenged that the thing is, this requirement or the qualification to enter into it's all crap. They made it so hard that nobody would want to become a student of this Upanishad anyway. Throw this into garbage or something. They made it very hard. He was very angry when the person said, look, and there is a system of thought. As we already talked about the Jiva Goswami, Gaudiya system and all those things. Well, give up all Karma-Kāṇḍa. Why are you bothered about Karma-Kāṇḍa? Throw. Because Krishna is going to help you all the way. Krishna will hold your hand. You just become his friend. Slowly go to temples, do service and things like that. What they say is, the service is okay. The service has to mature to through true dhyana. True dhyana means avichinna taila dharavatu dhyana. That means like how the unbroken stream of oil pours down. Your focus should only Īśvara, nothing else. To get that maturity, you need perfection in self-knowledge. That is Atma Sakshatkara and all. Yes, Krishna will give you everything. If you have that, bhakti to dedicate your life to Krishna, you're a very great person. Most people want to go to see movies, and most people think is Krishna is like blabbering like an idiot. I want to get rid of it and turn on the TV and see what is Trump doing today. What is this big, beautiful bill or something like that? Why would I want to listen to him? So thing is, we have interrupted bhakti. Even if we go to temple, 99% of the time we are outside and all those things. Our bhakti is not continuous. To get continuous bhakti, we need Karma-Kāṇḍa, Jnana-Kāṇḍa, everything like that. Together, everything is important. So this Īśāvāsya is telling you, look, by the end of Īśāvāsya Upaniṣad, you will realize God. Tatte Rupam Kalyanatamam Pashyami. I am seeing this wonderful, beautiful form of this Lord. Like how Arjuna saw Vishwarupa, you should be able to see Vishwarupa by the time we finish Īśāvāsya Upaniṣad within 18 mantras. And who will get that Vishwarupa? The perfect student. And who is the perfect student? Who has already gone through Karma-Kāṇḍa and Atma Sakshat, who has attained Atma Sakshatkara. Now you get it? So, what is the new element we are learning after this Jnana-Kāṇḍa, Karma-Kāṇḍa? What is the new element? That is Īśvara. He is the Lord of the universe. And the Lord has a purpose and interest. It is not like, oh, I was looking for carbon, I found carbon, I was looking for diamond, I found diamond, I was looking for rare earth minerals, I went in and found out. So in science, you can keep on excavating and thinking deeper and exploring, discovering, and you find things. But God has already created, and He's playing the game already. He has a purpose in this. He's not just automatically found like some element. He created it. He pervaded it. He has a purpose. This universe is not without a purpose. You think that the purpose is for you to make money and enjoy and get comforts. That's a different purpose. Isha, that means fit to be pervaded by the Lord. This universe is fit to be pervaded. I'm not breaking up the language. Vasa upaveshane, vasa achadane. Vasa means inside, live inside. Achadana means to cover it up. So the combined meaning is it's an intentional creation. Intentional creation. And the evolution, we think it's natural. Oh, a long time back, monkeys were there. They slowly became human beings. A long time back, there was nothing. It was in an ocean with just small bacteria or something, and slowly everything got evolved. But no, Lord has designed this wonderful, including the evolution theory of Darwin, and everything is His own plan. It's intentional. Everything around you has a purpose. Even the snakes have a purpose. Even the bacteria of a virus has a purpose. This is just an assembly of ephemeral things for the experience of billions and billions and billions of jivatmas. He made that purpose. You don't know his game yet. And this universe is fit to be pervaded by that Lord. And also because He created this wonderful universe. You didn't, and I didn't, or anybody didn't. So He knows why He is doing it. He has got a divine plan. And the power responsible for this creation is omniscient, sarvajna, and also knows the need of every person. If you cry, somebody is there around to help you. How did that happen today? Why not we cry in a forest and nobody listens to it? Nobody listens to us. That may happen. But God has a very divine plan in everywhere. He listens to every one of us. And He wants all of us to rise to the ultimate state. That is His game. So the shift in students' perspective is previous is he thought everything is evolutionary and things go slowly and things like that. The new knowledge is there is another sentient being, the Lord. He is sentient. He knows what He's doing. And He overlooks and rules the matter and individuals. And they are under His control. We think that we are free, but it's under His control. So we have this Dehatma Brahma, Swatantratma Brahma. No, that error should be erased. That is Brahma. You should get Prama, which is true knowledge. So the richness of the word Vasya means it mentions inherence, pervasion, permeation, enveloping, saturation, penetration, diffusion, and all those things. So the final implication is the Lord's pervasion is intentional and complete. He has a game. So the nature of pervasion is in and out, everything. That means if you put two things together, if you put a stone in water, a cup of water, the stone displaces water. Here, Lord Īśvara does not displace anything. He does not move things around. He is inside everything. So reading the sentences together, Īśāvāsyam idam sarvam jagatyam jagat, views the true view of it leads to the correct view of the truth. The universal ephemery is ephemery and evolutionary. Fine, it is fine. Its evolution is guided by an intelligent entity. Even the Darwin's evolution theory is guided by Īśvara, who is guiding Darwin and the evolution theory. This entity is inhering in everybody, human beings, and it's also under the guidance, and everyone is under the guidance of the Lord, and no one is independent. Lord also permeates the individual self. Yatkincha jagatyam jagat means everything around us is not everything around us, including us. Our own jivatma is pervaded by Īśvara. So ultimate synthesis, the truth as the Lord, when all these thoughts are unified, the conclusion is that truth is a synthesis with a synthesizing intelligent Lord permeating everything completely. And just one second. We'll take just a couple of minutes. You know what? We'll take this later. Let me stop here because it will just go on. And I just want to be, and I've never even given anybody a chance to ask any question, why don't we stop here, and if there is any question, we can answer. And I'll stop this also, stop sharing also. I hope this was useful, or was it a repetition?
No, no, it was very useful. It's very nice.
So
At least for me.
does this say that that the Lord, the Isha, is the material cause, is it?
See, he's every cause, sarvakarna, right? But it is not
Yes.
clear in this shloka yet.
No,
The
not material cause. Sorry, material itself. When we say it permeates everything, material itself.
See, that is a very interesting, difficult question, not answered here yet. See, the thing is, it's giving you a first level understanding at this point. What does vasya mean? Permeation. Thing is, then here, vasya means achadane, vasane, right? So living and enveloping. But it is not given that how Isha has become this universe. It is not said yet. So that cannot be decided.
But like how the clay permeates the pot.
I know that sentence has not come yet in the Īśāvāsya Upaniṣad.
Okay.
No, it is not there yet. Any other question? So if you don't mind, we will go in detail how Śampatanga has thought, because if I don't build this, I will not be able to explain Kena Upanishad properly from his point of view, or any other Upanishad, that's fine. No questions, right? Very good. You understood everything okay? Silence. Okay. I think you're out of time, I think. Okay, let me stop it here.